Grade 5 MX18, Lesson 1.10 from the Adding and Subtracting with Fractions unit. Hello students and families. This video resource can be viewed as a reminder of learning that happened in the classroom, a review of learning that was missed during an absence, a preview of new learning. Remember, this video cannot replace the math conversations and group learning that takes place in the classroom. If you have questions or would like additional practice, please speak to your teacher. Here is the student-friendly learning goal for today's lesson. I can add and subtract mixed numbers with different denominators. Here are some of the Tier 3 vocabulary words that will be used in this lesson. Keep in mind that these are not the entire list of vocabulary words for this lesson. Let's continue our practice of adding and subtracting fractions and mixed numbers. Here is an example that may look simple, but requires careful multiplication to find a common denominator. Notice that the denominators 9 and 7 are different. We know we cannot simply add the numerators. We also know that 9 and 7 are not multiples of each other, so we need to find equivalent fractions of both. At this point, one option is to run through the times table in your head to find a common denominator. That is a totally okay strategy to use. Here are some facts for 9. And for 7, they share 63 as a common multiple. From here you know what to do. We find the equivalent fractions and add to get 23/63. Now, some of you may be thinking, time out, isn't there an easier way to find a common denominator? Can't I just multiply 9 times 7? You are definitely using your math reasoning skills. Multiplying the denominators of two fractions will always find a common multiple. From here we follow the same process to solve. Keep in mind that multiplying the denominators will get you a common multiple, but it may not be the least or smallest common multiple. The strategy of multiplying denominators to find a common multiple is good to have in your math toolbox. However, this strategy can be overused. In this addition example, students may forget that 28 is a multiple of 4. Instead of just changing the 3/4, they will change both fractions. These unnecessary steps are not needed to find the correct answer and create room for mistakes. Let's take a look at problem number 8 from your homework. Remember, you can use different strategies to solve. Notice that 20 is already a multiple of 4. There is no need to change both fractions. Using our equivalent fractions knowledge, we get 8 and 5/20. We know that the numerator 5 cannot subtract 9, so we need to regroup or borrow a whole number. After we regroup, we can now subtract. Remember to simplify your answer. Here is a reminder of the learning target for today. As always, if you have additional questions or if you would like more practice, please talk to your teacher when you return to the classroom. As we continue to build this resource for students and families, any feedback that you have would be appreciated. Feel free to email with any suggestions that you may have.